fans of Creed may have mourned the band's demise, but some of the sting has been taken out now that most of the members have launched a new venture.
Creed's Mark Tremonti, Scott Phillips, and original bassist Brian Marshall have teamed up with vocalist Miles Kennedy for a new project.
They are the nicest guys in rock. It's Mark and Scott from Alter Bridge.
I'm here at the Hammersmith Apollo in London with Mark Tremonti and Scott Phillips from the rock band Alter Bridge.
I'm backstage at Point Fest with the gentlemen of Alter Bridge.
103.9 The X, we are backstage at Rockin' the Range. I'm here with the guys from Alter Bridge.
Here, folks, tonight's sound check.
Day one with the one, the only Alter Bridge.
With me right now from Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge.
We are Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge.
Good evening, Wembley. I've always wanted to say that.
This is the culmination of 7, almost 8 years of really hard work, and it's finally paying off in a major way.
We're doing a tour of UK and Europe.
We have a very ambitious tour schedule. It's going to be insane.
I remember sitting in college watching the Macy's Day Parade and seeing it in New York City on TV and going, man, I'll never go to this big city. I'll never go to New York. I'll never see all these places. And I was in college. I hadn't seen anything.
Going to different countries, I'm growing to like it more and more.
Now that we're touring all over the world, you get to see these crazy places you never thought you'd see. Seeing the Colosseum in Rome and the Louvre in Paris and all these great, wonderful places.
Initially, I'd have a really hard time with a different currency, with a different language. I mean, just like learning to say thank you. And a lot of times you don't realize where you are until you've been there for a few hours.
With the time that we've been together as a band and things that we've gone through, we've had a lot of people on our side.
A lot of the reason that we got here is a great group of really passionate fans.
It was kind of a wide demographic. Still, there's just more coming and more showing up.
We're not like a hit-driven band, but yet we can go to wherever here in Europe or in the UK, and now it's starting to expand to other parts of the world, and they know all the songs.
We're just honored to have the fan base we have that's always stuck with us.
We play over here for the same 500 to 700 people every time, but they kept coming back. You know what? They started to bring a friend, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Their passion and their devotion to this band is what gives us the motivation to continue to pursue this and go through all the business BS that we've gone through for off and on for years. And this business isn't easy. It's harder and harder as the years go on, but the fans are so devoted and loyal that it gives this band its juice.
They sustain us. They're who we write songs for, and they're the ones who come to concerts and keep us doing what we do. If they weren't there, we'd be miserable.
It's cliche, I know, but without them, it's nothing.
We'd want to express ourselves, but we'd have nobody to express ourselves to. They're the ones that allow us to get into our headspace of being creative artists, and if they weren't there, that would be gone, and that would be life-shattering.
They're taking these albums and they're spending enough time to where they know all the songs, they know all the lyrics, and it hasn't been thrust down their throat through radio. And that's what's really crazy about this.
Hearing fans sing back songs that you put all your heart into it's amazing.
When you're standing in a room for a festival or something and you see thousands of people singing something that you helped to create, it's kind of a drug.
Sing it!
We were playing Broken Wings, and I just remember sitting in my studio and tracking that song and being excited about it, and you know, then years later, you're in an arena playing it, and thousands of people are singing along. It's something you can't you have to experience it to know what it really felt like.
For them to have taken the time to memorize the lyric and the melody means that it meant something to them. It resonates in their heart. It is hard. We work at it extremely hard, stockpiling ideas and building these things. The payoff is well worth it.
It amazes us every time we get to a country that we've never been to and see the amount of fans that we have there, how far our music, this music in general, reaches people, especially this day and age with the internet. It's a huge honor for us.
I love the beat, the bass, the guitars. I love the rhythm. It's just amazing, the music.
This progressive, melodic, you know, the best.
The music, the guitars, his voice, fucking awesome, man. All of it.
And me.
Thanks for sticking by us. Thanks for all the incredible stories and passion and the things that make us continue to do this. You are an exceptional group of fans. You're not the standard fan base. You guys tend to really stick by us year after year after year.
How are you?
My son's been in and out of hospital with seizures and things.
This is Miles.
Don't worry, I know
you know who he is, right?
I wrote to them out of the blue with no contact at all, saying, I'm sure you get a lot of people who write to you, but is it possible for you to meet my son and make him? He's been told he can't stay for the concert because of various, medical things.
I don't know what to say, like, just the amount of inspiration I've gotten from you guys is just unbelievable. Like, the reason I started playing guitar was literally watching Miles and watching Mark, and then I started listening to Creed, and I got into everything, and to be here, it's just kind of like, I can't even speak, I'm melting on the floor.
Within a second, Steve would have said, no problem, the band, you just saw them.
Good luck for tonight. I know it'll be good, but I can't begin to explain it. It is a dream come true. Last night, I'm looking at them on YouTube, and within 6 hours, I'm shaking his hand, having a picture of him. It's unbelievable. It's just one of the most amazing experiences of my life. I'll say that in confidence. Our fans, there's a reason why they won the best fans in the world on that Fuse thing, because they are. They're as passionate as a band could ask for. And we salute you.
The leaves are on the ground. Fall has come. The blue sky's turning gray. Like my love, I tried to carry you and make you whole, but it was never enough. I must go, and who is gonna save you when I'm gone? And who watch over you?
First stop, Zurich, Switzerland.
Switzerland is beautiful.
It's such a beautiful country and always a good show.
But things are so expensive.
It's just too damn expensive.
I couldn't afford a bowl of soup there once.
I always look forward to playing in Italy. Even if you think you have a bad night, the crowds are just so over the top. It's just, they make you have a good show.
I still haven't got the whole toilet thing, and it goes right into the ground. And I still haven't figured out how that works. I'm frightened a bit, but I'm gonna figure it out one of these days. But it's great there. It's beautiful.
Did you just segue toilets into a beautiful country?
Yeah, I did.
Germany has always been there since day one. The whole German run this time was sold out. Every show was phenomenal.
I'm very sorry. Every time I get up there and try and speak a little bit of German, I always butcher the language, and it's a powerful, cool language, but I can't seem to get it right. I remember once somebody just screaming out, "Oh, German is Scheißen." That really hurt.
That's one of the markets that we're very eager to keep on coming back to, because every show, no matter how big, how small, the crowds are always great.
You're always learning and you're always trying to absorb it and try and give some of that back, and just don't go up there and be like, oh, I just know English and I'm just going to speak English to you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Scott Phillips here in Copenhagen, Denmark. We're at a venue called Vega. We played here, I think, once before. I want to give you a quick tour of the joint. Let you see what happens on a day-to-day basis here in the Alter Bridge world. So follow me. We got signs up everywhere pointing to where we're going, because we're all musicians. We have no clue where we are, so this will show us where we need to go. Our trusted guitar tech, Ian, right here, who's twittering away or whatever you're doing.
Oh, twatter.
Let's see Mark in there doing an interview with your local Denmark press. My wardrobe case and Mark's. You can see Mark has nothing in his at all except for weights. Everybody else actually has clothes and stuff in there, so he's not much of a wardrobe kind of guy. Mr. Kennedy there on the couch. This is the catering area. This is the venue. Should be a good show tonight. It's a good venue, good touch stage. It's not as glamorous as everybody thinks, but you got it.
I get culture shock all the time. Because there are different things that you don't experience in your home country. We are in Berlin, and I forgot that there are bicycles that go down near the sidewalks there, and they haul ass. It was raining, and the van pulled up, so the restaurant was right here, and the van pulls up, and it's pouring down rain, and I'm like I'm just gonna haul ass into that restaurant so I don't get soaked. And I didn't realize there was a bicyclist coming. He was hauling ass too, so he didn't want to get out of the rain. And I jump out, and I just hear this screaming and screeching, and I almost got just plowed over by this bicyclist. He was so pissed off. He was cursing at me in German. I felt like such an idiot. I almost died.
We filmed our last DVD in the Heineken Music Hall in Holland and Amsterdam. Every time we play a festival there, it's off the hook. When we played Eindhoven this time, which was one of the best shows of the tour.
Apparently the coffee shops are dwindling down there, and the red light district is dwindling, which doesn't affect me at all. But my crew is very sad.
Pretty damn good. That's pretty good. Thank you very much.
I started off a proficient air band guitarist, air guitar player, with a tennis racket in front of my mirror. That for hours. Every day I get home from school, especially once I hit like junior high. My parents wouldn't be home yet, and my brother and sister wouldn't either. It was great. I had to run out of the house, so I run to my room and grab my tennis racket and turn up the Judas Priest or the Maiden and just start rocking, practicing my rock poses in the mirror. And then one day my stepdad was like, why don't you just learn to play for real? He thought it was the stupidest thing ever. He was right. He was like, what do you spend? I would have air band rehearsals with kids. We'd put on these shows. We'd build drums out of Quaker oat boxes. We would spend so much money on building these elaborate stage rigs and equipment and gear that wasn't real. And like all of our allowances went for that for years, and it was just the stupidest thing.
I cannot believe this. Look at all these people. This is the shit I used to dream about in my bedroom, playing air guitar with a tennis racket.
Then when I was 15, I made a deal with my stepdad to where I'd clean, because we had horses, and I'd clean stalls. He'd give me $1 for every stall, which took like 45 minutes to an hour, so it worked out great for him. I finally got it 9 months later, 9 months of working towards this Ibanez guitar, and I'll never forget the day. I can still smell, like the smell of the guitar case. And the guy who sold it to me was Mark Morse, who Blackbird is written about.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I still get butterflies, I still get anxious, I get anxiety. Me and Mark, we talk about our anxiety all the time. I don't know if it comes with age or whatever, but I mean, I get the jitters before shows, even if they're tiny shows, you know? But then there's something that happens when you get on stage, man. You get into a zone of some sort. Kind of just happens then. It's kind of, you know, kind of worked your whole life to get to this next show or to this next point. It's hard to explain. It's an entire mindset that goes in with pre-show rituals and that sort of thing. Me, I'll just warm up and just get my hands loose, go to my bunk or go find a quiet place, lay down, where I'll just kind of go through the set list itself and, you know, just think of key parts where I might be struggling or something that I, you know, need to focus on and just get focused and get, you know, get centered, I guess, and ready to perform. You want to give it all you got. You want to be perfect every night and strive for excellence, you know, and whatever I got to do to try to get myself in that state of mind, then, you know, I'm up for it. So I'm trying different things. Just take it day by day.
I was 11 years old when I started playing guitar. I've been a touring musician now for 15 years, probably since 1997. Since I was a kid, I wanted to play guitar. You know, what inspired me was hearing songs on the radio that had the guitar breakdowns and the riff, something I was drawn to it. And, just something I always just wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do it from day one. You know, it's always a big dream of mine to tour and to be, you know, I think when you pick up a guitar, you want to be on that big stage and play arenas. And luckily, I've been able to follow those dreams and see it manifest itself. And it's just been a lot of hard work and just being single-minded.
When I first started playing drums, which I started very late, I was 18, and the band that I was really listening to the most was Living Colour. So it was a drummer named Will Calhoun, who was a massive influence on me. Had all their tapes, went and bought all their videos. From there, Danny Carey from Tool, Matt Cameron from Soundgarden. After that, I really kind of went back to classic rock, started getting into all that. And a lot of those bands, I really got into Pink Floyd, not for the drumming per se, but just the music itself, and really explored that whole catalog and got a ton of respect for them. You know, not overly technical, but just songwriting and just creating a mood.
Music is, it's oxygen for me. There's nothing else matters other than my wife and my family. It's just this passion that just not die out. And there are times when I get frustrated with it because it's not an easy existence. You know, people probably think it's my song, but you know, when you're on the road nonstop, I don't feel like I live anywhere anymore. I'm based out of Spokane, but I don't feel like I really live because I'm on the road, you know, 45 weeks a year, you know.
Life on tour has changed me for good and bad. For the bad, I think health-wise, you're not eating healthy, you're not getting exercise as much, you're not getting into the sun, you're in the dark all the time, so you kind of turn into this vampire type, this kind of existence. You know, after a while, it just feels unhealthy.
At the end of the day, I've probably taken years off my life. Just the existence, just the constant travel, which you have to eat, you don't eat, and the stress. But more than anything, it's just, I think my perfectionist tendencies, I get so just like stressed out if things aren't perfect, that's probably the worst thing for me.
Being away from family is awful. You know, not having your family around when you're on tour is a terrible thing.
But still love it. I wouldn't do anything else.
good. You know, we got on tour, we get all these experiences of seeing all these different cities and playing in front of, you know, all the fans, and being on stage is something that just you can't, you know, you have to experience it to know what it's like.
It gives me purpose. It's all music's all I got, other than, Selena, other than my wife. It really, it's funny, I've kind of gotten to the point now, I stand on stage and I start to feel like this is my family.
It's not only a hobby for me, it's something that's my drive. Other than my family, music is the most important thing to me. You know, if I have a day off, I'm playing guitar, writing music. Music is a journey for me. Even when we're finishing up recording one record, I'm looking to the next record.
I started recording my solo project. I've done 3 different batches this year.
It's a struggle, you know, but it's also a good battle to keep fighting and trying to keep improving yourself. It's something that will never get old to me. It's something you'll never feel satisfied with. Something that you'll always try and better yourself at. Belgium is one of my favorite European countries. Outside of touring or playing the venues, just the country itself.
I love Belgium. Why are things so expensive in Belgium? I couldn't afford a bowl of soup. I love Vienna. Boy, I love Vienna. That's where Mozart, that's when he started to really happen, as they say. And, there's so much, the opera's there, and there's just so much art, so much music.
We play the same venue almost every time we go through, and every time it's an incredible show, and it's, I think, Vienna.
How much more can I say about how much I love Austria? I'm not going to gush anymore. It's going to start making you want to throw open your mouth if you're going to continue to talk about how great it is. I heart Austria. Denmark's awesome. I like your bikes. You guys know how to ride a bike in Denmark. There's lots of very proficient bicycle riders. Just don't run me over.
A lot of times, though, we're stuck in a dressing room and don't get to see too much. But when we get to get out, it's just amazing to see how different people are everywhere around the world. It's a privilege.
We're all really the same. We just have different customs, different language, whatever, but people are just people. And you see it more than anything when you're playing the music. You see people react the same. Music is the universal language. Love isn't. It's music. You have epiphany, you have different moments where you realize you're living out your dream and it's really happening. I think probably the first time Alter came over to Europe was one of those moments. Tonight, though, was one of those moments. Tonight was it. Tonight was the first real, we were headlining an arena, and it was an arena that was giving us so much love. There were moments when I was sitting there just looking around going, this is it, this is the thing you dreamt of. I remember just, during Watch Over You and The Wonderful Life, seeing all the lighters in the air. And I've experienced that before, but it was something about tonight was different because we worked so hard for this. It's been 8 years to get to this point.
There's never been a point in my career where I've ever felt famous. We've never been the type of band to be all over TV or You know, we've been on the cover of magazines and whatnot, but you know, I've always kind of felt like I can do this, play in front of big crowds and have people recognize us, of course, at our concerts, but I can live a pretty normal life outside of touring.
The whole thing of like realizing that you're suddenly, I guess, I don't hate to use the word celebrity, it makes me really uncomfortable with fame, because I don't really think I am. I mean, I really do, I don't mean this sincerely. I consider myself a lucky working musician, because I think people who are actually famous or super celebrities, you know, they end up in TMZ, so they don't care about me.
Each of us are pretty different when it comes to what we listen to on and off stage and what we bring into the mix.
Please make some noise for Mr. Brian Marshall on the bass guitar, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian, I think he's a very unique bass player, doesn't sound like anybody else.
He's just got this feel that's very unique.
He's a very classic rock influenced guy, but has a real unique way of playing bass. He's a very quirky individual, and we love that about him. And
I have some serious issues that I need to talk about.
Especially with him and Flip. It's the way those two play together. I was watching a soundcheck, a Creed soundcheck way back in the day, and I remember looking at those two and just the way they locked in with each other, and like, that's a pretty spectacular rhythm section.
Please make some noise for Mr. Scott Phillips on the drums.
Scott Phillips is a great pocket player. He plays for the song. He's not over the top, doesn't play any unnecessary beats.
I just want to be able to go in rooms and do that. Have fun,
Yeah. And he's also influenced by classic rock. Living Colour was a big influence on him drum-wise. He's just a great, solid player.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Tremonti on the guitar.
He's got such a unique sound. It's part of why I wanted to work with these guys, is that I felt like he has a very specific sound that's all his own, and that's rare.
Mark goes through his warm-ups where he drinks a couple beers and he's playing blues or playing the solos.
He's got an amazing gift for writing just heavy, badass riffs. All three of those guys together, it's a special sound. It's great singing over the top of it, and playing guitar with it.
Miles, he grew up playing guitar, playing shred 80s style guitar, and then became a jazz player.
He's really particular about his voice and his warming up and his warming down. He's very cautious as far as treating his instrument with respect and right.
Singing wise, he's a big fan of Stevie Wonder and all the soul singers.
He's been a war dog, man, road dog. He's just one of those guys. He gets out there and does it.
All of us together is, somehow we even each other out and get the sound you hear.
And the band has just kind of progressed into its own.
It's like we're kind of brothers. We've known each other long enough now and flip each other enough crap, But we don't really fight. Everybody's pretty mellow.
Once it clicked, and we knew we had something cool.
Occasionally, someone will fly off the handle. It tends to be Mark and I more than anything, because we're so perfectionist-driven. And what we'll fly off the handle about is if we feel like the shows, like for me the other night, I totally flew off the handle because my voice, I got sick and I was totally like, all I care about is the show. It's all I live from, and Mark's the same way.
Every time we come to Europe in the wintertime, somebody gets sick and it spreads like wildfire through the camp.
I'm gonna put money on it that it came from our bass player.
Brian got sick.
He always has it first, and once one guy gets it in the bus, it's a matter. It's a traveling petri dish. It's gonna happen.
Crew guys all started getting sick. Miles finally got sick.
I get sick quite a bit just because I'm on the road all the time. There's really no way around it because I'm constantly touring. So you're in airplanes and you're around people, and even just going out and meet people. Like, you'd be amazed how many people cough on you. They don't think anything of it. The minute that happens, I'm just like, okay, well, incubation period starts now, and we'll see what's happening, you know, come 2 days from now.
I was sick early on the tour. I couldn't sing for 3 or 4 shows, and it was tough, and I did not want Miles to get it.
It's a matter of just keeping it from getting real bad towards a bad cough, because once you start coughing as a singer, it's game over.
We had to cancel our first show in I don't know how many years. You know, it could have been the first show in 7 years that we had to cancel.
What it does is it just strangles your vocal cords. My voice starts to get really weird. I've talked with other singers who experience the same thing, where it's the middle part of your voice that starts to go. It's really frustrating because I can't sing as hard. I can't really sing with power. I lose all my power. And then I start having to change the melodies, and then I get angry tweets from people, oh, why are you changing the melody? I'm like, dude, seriously.
You know what happens? I couldn't hardly speak when I had it, so I couldn't imagine singing.
It's so funny because people, it's like they get mad at you. And that's the thing like I was talking about earlier. It's like you don't want to let people down. But at the same time, you kind of start to feel like, dude, people just don't understand. They get angry at you because they think you're being lazy. It's like, this is all I got. It's all I care about. You really think I'm going to like go up there and just screw around and change melodies because it's, you know. Although I do get bored sometimes singing the same exact melody all the time. So occasionally you'll improv a little bit, but I'm never going to, you know, be the guy that's up there like, hey, let's write a new song against this old chord progression and really piss off the fans.
That's just something you can't control. Some fans might not get it, but you just can't perform being a singer when you're sick like that.
Please don't cough on me. Please don't sneeze near me, or if you do, wear a mask. Because I get sick really easy. I'm like the boy. I'm gonna be like the boy in the bubble. You remember that movie? It was John Travolta, and he lived in this big plastic bubble. That's how I'm gonna tour. And do you really want me to get on stage in a bubble? Do you know how weird that's gonna be? It would be cool because I could be like the Flaming Lips guy. You know, he gets out and rolls in the crowd. So now you're all gonna cough on me. Cool, I want to see him out in the crowd in a big bubble.
One last stop, Wembley, the big one.
When they started this band 8 years ago, for the very first time they got together, their goal was always to play Wembley Arena.
Can't think of a better way to end the tour than a place as legendary as Wembley. It should be awesome.
Wembley's going to be one of the greatest things that we'll do. You hear the word Wembley and everybody knows what it is.
Are we at Walmart?
It's like playing Madison Square Garden in the States. It's something that we feel is a big accomplishment for us.
I got the whole band here in the dressing room. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
The guys are listening to you, Dan. So we have your notes here, and I got a pen.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good.
Obviously you heard the news now, we're 3D now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a little intimidating, don't you think?
Our expectations are high, obviously, because it's being recorded and because it's Wembley. You gotta put all that aside at the end of the day and just stay in the moment, or else you're gonna psych yourself out.
What song do you want lasers on? Well, obviously, I think Slip to the Void will look pretty badass at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
All Hope Is Gone would be a good laser song, I would think.
Blackbird.
Ghost. Think Blackbird?
Yeah, like a big laser that draws a bird flying over the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Maybe the end of White Knuckles, that outro, because the lighting goes crazy there. Maybe have lasers as part of that, sort of going crazy as well.
What about the heavy part of Metalingus?
Or the outro of Metalingus to the ending.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Now, what are we thinking about for Pyro for the Flames?
And we had 6 flame heads, and the flames can go all the way up to the truck.
Okay.
And, yeah, we could place them anywhere we want. I say we place them right around Tony Adams.
Perfect.
This is why people go postal.
The problem is, you place them near him, you place them near me.
Towards the end, maybe?
Yeah.
We all come together on the end doing a
Maybe do a chase and then on the last note, it's full.
The first time we throw pyro up should be halfway through, at least halfway through the set when people are getting sleepy. All of a sudden, wake them the fuck up.
I would say let's pick 2 key spots. One in the main set towards the end and one at the very end of Rise Today.
Or the end of Metal Ink should be huge.
Yeah, we can do the end of Metalingus.
The pyro guy was really insistent on. He threw them in. I didn't even have to pay for it. He has those big confetti blasts at the very end.
It looks like, New Year's Eve or something.
Yeah.
It's got a celebratory image to it, and I'm just wondering if all the fire and laser, everything's going off. It could look huge.
The way I thought of it is it's more of a celebration because it's the end, the end of this touring cycle for you guys, and you guys ended on a high note with selling Wembley out.
Your cameras will pick it up from all different angles, right, in the edit?
Oh my God! And in 3D, the confetti looks completely moronic.
I like it.
I'm into it.
Can we release birds?
Can you have Dove?
Release birds? You want to release doves? I'll get some doves. No problem.
Okay. I'll have the.
Be careful what you ask for because I'll go get them.
Blackbirds.
Blackbirds.
Yeah, is there any way, guys, just because we're shooting in 3D, that we can remove the drum shield? I have a gargantuan 3D camera on a tower cam right behind Flip. That'll be an amazing shot. And in 3D, I'd really notice that shield right in front of him big time.
We'll get rid of it.
What I'm hoping personally is just to walk on there and just live in the moment and leave the past or the future. We just push that away. Let's stay right here. Let's stay focused, and let's all just have a great time.
The only other thing that we have to do is we need to run through songs, at least 5 or 6 key songs.
Okay.
For real at sound check. I know, Miles, you try not to sing before a show, but at least if you can do 4 or 5 songs, that'd be killer.
Well, yeah, I'll just stand there. I mean, I won't sing, obviously, but.
Well, that's what singing means. You just sing.
That's quite a bit. That's really that's gonna take my edge off. The thing is, I was planning on not opening my mouth all day long.
Should we just do strobes at the end of White Knuckles?
That's fun.
Yeah, I don't talk much on the road because my voice gets worn down.
Cool. No words, I try.
My biggest fear is always that people think I'm standoffish and that I'm not social, because I love talking with people. I love interacting. And so it kind of starts to feel lonely. And with people who come and stand outside, I'll kind of not say a lot, and I don't talk much. And I always think, man, people must just think I'm really standoffish and kind of just a jerk or stuck up. But it's really just every time I talk, especially before a show, it affects how I sing that night.
It's just fatigue. The problem is just we're at the end of 6 weeks here. I'm holding on for dear life as it is. I mean, I'm basically not talking at all during the day, and it really is. My big concern is delivering for the people who pay for this show.
When this is all you do and it's all you've got, it becomes your life. It becomes your entire existence. And I think that's part of the reason I do get so worked up, is because if I feel like if I let those people down, what do I have? I have shit.
Probably by the time we get halfway through that set, I'm gonna start petering out.
All right, well then, can you do it without singing?
We can do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's easy.
Okay.
Okay. You okay with that, Dan?
Yeah, that's it. So we'll just rock it out. We'll play as a band, but we won't sing. All right, guys, have a good show.
Thanks,
All right.
man.
Thanks a lot.
So it's the night before. It's 9:30 and we're in Wembley right now. We're doing a load-in the night before. The reason we're coming in tonight is because this production last week changed to a full 3D shoot. So I'll give you a little tour, show you what we're doing. We're building all these platforms, so we're gonna have 3 cameras in the back here. Put a little dolly track out here. This is Ted Kenny, the man. He's also known as the Grand Poopa of 3D, AKA His Royal Highness of 3D.
Not at all.
One of the biggest challenges we have is we're actually doing a 2D and a 3D show together. So we're gonna have 5 native 3D rigs, and then I have 10 2D cameras. So a lot of people ask how we get those shots from above of the band members, and I did it on Live from Amsterdam. I'll show you that camera right now. So that contraption right there I had them build, that's for a remote head camera that's going to be right above Miles. So I can get right on top of Miles, but I can also get reverse shots of the audience. And I'm going to have one there, and we're also going to have one up in the truss above the drums. So here's our lovely 3D truck. This is the biggest and the newest 3D truck in the world. This thing is badass. This is my toy. This is reality 3D rigs, and it's basically the same as the cameras that we use out there, but it's 2 cameras instead of 1. We have 2 lenses that go into their little beam splitter, and so we have a right and a left. There's a whole bunch of other voodoo technology in it that I don't even understand. Only I know it gives amazing imagery. Actually, it's the same rigs that Peter Jackson just used on The Hobbit. So this is the 3D room. This is where all the 3D is controlled on these monitors. Kenny will be in this room, directing and controlling all the 3D cameras. And then I'll be over here. So this is the main control room. This is where I'll be. I'll be in the middle here where he is. Back here, in this row, will be producers and Lucky Lou's. Hovering over my shoulder, bothering me through all night. This is my camera plot. So we mapped out where all our cameras are, and then you notice that we have 2D or 3D written down. And then over here, a little audio room.
Hello, this is sound control.
Yeah. Communications control. Yeah, and this is where all the communications. We gave them they have a very interesting headset configuration on this show. We have a very unique kind of setup the way we want to talk. For example, I'm going to have communications to all the 2D cameramen and to Ted Kenny, who's handling the 3D. I'll also be able to talk to the front of house lighting board, the band's lighting director, so I can get more light or less light. And I'll also be able to talk to the stage manager. I'll basically be able to talk to everybody except 4 extra 3D rigs. Ted will be talking to those guys. I mean, it's kind of like a real big web on who can talk to who. I've never quite done a show like this. And then we'll have another truck here tomorrow, which will be the audio truck. And the audio truck will be basically a mobile recording studio on wheels. We flew Brian Sperber in, who mixed all the band's records and also mixed Live from Amsterdam. So and that will give us a feed into the big TV truck. On this show, we have an unusually fast turnaround. It's November 29th tomorrow, and I have to deliver this before Christmas so we can get this in stores in March. So, especially with it being in 3D, there's a lot of obstacles in that. We're basically going to work like maniacs the next 2 or 3 weeks to get this done.
Dad, do a pyro test over here.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Pyro test over here.
Beautiful. It's a dream. Somebody wake me up.
You started out with a hard job to do, right? You took it on, and 8 tours later, this is where you are, right? This is where you said you were going to be, this is where you are.
All hope is no.
Hit them there. They added some DIs into my rig that altered the tone a little bit. We don't know that. Well, he suspects. And I just heard my rig for about 2 seconds and it doesn't sound great, so it's got to sound great today on all days.
We'll try it without these palmers first to make sure we're working. And then add something.
I don't think that was causing it though. I mean,
the way it was originally for the last shows, making the weird fucking noise.
never pull apart your NASA rig just before a launch.
This is the last date on the tour, and it's been a big goal for them as a band. I've worked with some artists that punch cameramen and stuff like that. These guys don't care if you get right up on them. So like if they come right near you, if they're like leaning over, you can kind of get close. I'm only gonna have like 2 or 3 of you on tight shots. Don't everybody go tight because the band's gonna kick in, you know, so we'll tell everybody where to be as we get off that set.
When you come in, do you start singing right away, or?
Yeah, it just goes in. There's 3 songs in particular that I probably want you guys to swing over the audience as fast as you can. Yeah, other than that, I mean, you know, it'll be a fun show, so let's try to give it like that energy.
Hey, what's up? This is Brian Rush from Alter Bridge, and I'm backstage at Wembley.
That's it.
15 minutes. 10 to walk.
Can we turn the lights out?
This is it.
I hope it's a damn good show.
Ted, you might want to, remember we might want to play around with the lasers here. We have these lasers at the beginning, okay?
To the void, to the dark, to the fall. Crawl to the life you should know. You should never come this way to test the hands of fate. You don't belong here. Peel back the skin, close your eyes. Hell is born to the abyss, but be warned. You feel what you've become. What have you done? You don't belong here. But it's all in the way you touch and you obey tonight. It's all in the way you touch and you obey denial.
Hey, what's up? I'm Brian.
I'm Mark.
I am Scott.
And I'm Miles. And we just played Wembley.
We're going to Disney World.
We're going to Disney World.
End of the tour? Yes, awesome. End of the tour.
It was very successful. I can talk now. Blah, blah, blah. I can talk as much as I want. Hi.
I like it a lot better when he's not talking. I couldn't have asked for a better show to A, end the tour, B, to capture.
The crowd was great. We couldn't ask for a better crowd.
I thought the crowd, there's a circle pit for 80% of the show. You know, and I'd look at them and they're all singing the words the whole time. They're in there knocking shit up.
Live Nation has something as a token of their appreciation. Mr. Steve Homer is here, and he has gifts for you all.
Oh, awesome, man.
For this tour.
Thank you so much.
Okay? It's from Live Nation. And
You have to mark
Pull out what you want. One big cup of family.
The thing that kept going through my head is, dreams do come true. This moment is really happening. It's a lot of build-up, and it wasn't a letdown. It was everything that I wished for.
For 3 days, having all that success, and then it gone, and then do it on our own terms, without like massive radio hits, without a ton of finance.
In a whole different era
and stuff. It's just us doing this.
Yeah, because there's no.
We just play Wembley Arena.
We knew in the beginning that it was going to be a tough battle, an uphill climb, especially coming from the enormity of the Creed success, and we knew that we had our work cut out for us. It was going to be a long haul, and we were all up for the challenge.
It'd be nice to get home for a little bit and spend some time with the kiddos here and detox for a little bit, put on some flip-flops and some board shorts and enjoy the Florida sunshine for a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
On cue, if you want to see it in 3D before you power the truck down, because you'll shit your pants. It's amazing. The whole thing, it's amazing. Look at luscious.
Oh shit! Wow. That's incredible. A little bit of audio. Look at that.
We need a petting zoo with camels.
There you go.
I'm gonna go get drunk.
All right.
Cheers.